Oh, well, I'm just about to start the harvest, and I thought I'd do a quick tour since I've got all the beds open outside. Doing most of the work at the moment in the kitchen garden back at home, but keeping the allotment sort of ticking over. It's taking me about 7 hours a week, and I'll show you the polytunnel at the end and we'll take a look outside. So it's been very wild and windy for, well, all of spring really. So I've got a lot of things still under cover to protect them. Some of the things are just under cover because I've got covers and I've got to put them somewhere. So I've got the garlic there, main crop garlic. We've got 2 more beds of garlic back at home. I've just prepped this bed ready for the Brussels sprouts. This bed is lettuces with salad onions down the edges, and I put that in last week and it's coming on really nicely. I'm very pleased with that. So under here I've got my early potatoes, and I've interplanted those with spinach. Sometimes you get a little bit of a spinach crop before the potatoes kind of take over. I think that's probably going to be true this year. We'll see, but the potatoes are looking really nice. This fleece will just protect them from about sort of -1, -2 degrees of frost, and that's all we tend to have at this time of year. And there's plenty of energy in the sun in April, so they're growing pretty well. Got my little trees along this border here, and they're looking really quite lovely. So I've got my blueberries here in flower, and everything else is in flower. All the trees are in flower now, and I've got an apple tree here, a cherry tree here, and a pear tree at the end there. And right at the end I've just got some leeks that I just transplanted into a bucket. So those are my very last leeks. I'll soon start taking thinnings from the elephant garlic bed and using those as leeks, because they make a really nice leek, elephant garlic, in the same family. And one of my cabbage beds there, and one of my Romanesco cauliflower beds there. These were sown in September, planted out January sort of time, after the winter lettuces. Actually, after the autumn lettuces in that bed. So I've got the gooseberries here, and these are just in flower now, and looking so lush. I don't often see the gooseberries looking like this, because our gooseberries always get sawfly in sort of, I don't know, midsummer, something like that. I can see quite a few gooseberries on here now, little fruits starting to form, so that's really nice. But they doesn't seem to mind. You know, they always come back every year, even though they're completely defoliated in summer by the sawfly. And then I have my autumn fruiting raspberries, which grow through this bed as summer sort of progresses. It's getting a bit windy now. And then here I've got my main lettuce bed for spring. Whoops, the camera fell over. And so, as I was saying, here's the main lettuce bed for spring, and this is going to be carrots in late May, and it's planted again with salad onions. And then in this bed here, where I've just cleared the winter carrots, winter and spring carrots, I've got my main crop onions, and I'm just giving them a little bit of protection from the wind whilst they just get established. And then just over there I've got the lettuce bed that I'm currently harvesting. And then here's the red cabbage bed, and I will have a few red cabbages sort of scattered around the plot and in the kitchen garden as well, but this is most of the red cabbages that I've got, and this will keep us going until about now. Actually, I'm just harvesting the last of the red cabbages from the fridge. And then down here I've got a nice selection of cauliflowers, calabrese, more cauliflowers, and some early beetroot at the far end there. These are all looking pretty good. These are all going to be, all these brassicas that I'm showing were sort of planted in winter and sown back in sort of September, very early October. And the idea being, obviously, we get a nice continuous harvest all the way through the hunger gap, and then all these beds get repurposed for melons. Superficially, these lettuces look okay, but they are getting a bit sorry for themselves now. I'm losing a few to stem rot, and yeah, but I mean, there's still some good leaves on these, so we'll get another couple of weeks off these, and then this will be a pepper bed. So the main crop, summer strawberries, are starting to push through. They're thick wood chip mulch. I always mulch them with a couple of inches of wood chip, normally in winter, and keeps the weeds down, feeds the strawberries, and as I say, they always push through in the end. And then underneath this net I've got hopefully the spring and early summer carrots. Sowed these back in October, but they're not looking good. I think there's a good chance they're just going to go to seed on me, which is disappointing. I've always before grown them in containers in the polytunnel, but I thought, well, I'll free up some polytunnel container space this year and try them in the ground. It may be the variety that I chose. It may just be that they just don't like it being so exposed. They did grow under a cold frame, but anyway, we'll just have to see how it goes. But I picked 3 of them today, and they were very sort of thin and spindly, so not really sure whether they'll bulk up in time. I'm going to run out of carrots in about 3 weeks' time, so that's about the sort of time they've got left. It's not very long. So this is the summer and early autumn beetroot bed, and it's looking quite nice. They're all nicely established. I do have a bit of fleece over them as well as this cold flame top, because again it's just been so windy and the wind's been from the south, and it's been sunny during the day, so I can't have the cold frame top closed because it's too warm in the day, and the wind's kind of howling through the gap in the cold frame, and so the fleece is just giving them that extra bit of protection. So the wind's moving to the northwest, which means it's hitting the back of this cold frame next week, so I might not need that fleece at that point. A lot of wind management going on this spring because it's been, lots of gales, not very nice. So you might not be able to see it, but this is my asparagus bed. I've just started getting some asparagus starting to push through in between these salad onions. The salad onions are looking really lovely though, and so I don't really mind that the asparagus is a little tiny bit late. The two just kind of deal with each other. They don't seem to get in the way. Neither the asparagus doesn't bother the onions and the onions don't bother the asparagus, so it's a nice interplant. And then this is my winter beetroot bed and chard bed that I've picked really for salad leaves all the way through winter, and it's starting to go to seed a little bit now, just on the golden beetroots, but there's still some nice high quality leaves here, so I'll be picking this for another couple of weeks and then it'll be peppers. So this is the youngest of the early cabbage beds, and it's got baby savoys here and baby spring cabbages there, and again all looking lovely. They don't really need this cover, or they won't need it soon, so I'll be taking it off, put a mesh cover over, and that cover will move back one and be a pepper bed. So this is what back one looks like. It's a spinach bed. It's just coming to the end now. Still get maybe 2 weeks more harvest off this Rubino, which is going to seed. You can see it's sort of rising up from the ground, and this one, which is remember its name now, Responder, which doesn't go to seed quite as quickly, so I'll probably get 2 or 3 weeks off this, and by then we'll have plenty of spinach back in the kitchen garden. And then I've just got my seating area set up because it's going to be nice and sunny next week, and I've just taken the polythene wrap off the early peas, and they're looking really nice. The greenhouse peas we just started harvesting yesterday, and so these, but basically when those greenhouse peas are finished, then these peas should be ready. They're not far off now, they're coming on really nicely. And I took the polythene wrap that was around those and put it around that mini bed, and that's got the early French beans in it, and again they're coming on quite nicely. And over there on this side in this mini bed we've got the broad beans. They're all in flower, and I'm just about to plant up this mini bed with onions. There's the broad beans that I just mentioned, and then I've got my early-ish strawberries up here, and just move them out of a sheltered spot into this more exposed location. But they're all looking quite nice, they're all in flower. The greenhouse strawberries are just ripening now, so it should give us a nice continuous harvest. And then down here I've got my early red cabbages, which are looking really great, interplanted with spinach, and cauliflowers and more spring cabbages down there. So if you're interested in the way that I garden, the best way to follow along is to subscribe to my newsletter. You can find it at steverichards.substack.com. I put most of my effort really into that now, because I find that, you know, individual videos are not that helpful. What people really need to know is a kind of weekly tempo of what I'm sowing, what I'm pricking out, what I'm potting on, what I'm planting, what I'm harvesting, what problems I'm having, all the appropriate growing guides and videos for all of those things at the right times. So much easier to do in a weekly newsletter, and you can subscribe to that at steverichards.substack.com. So that's the main plot, and then just down here we've got flowers, cherry, which is looking great, pear, plum, which is also looking really nice. Lots of flowers on this, and I'm hoping for good fruit set. And I've got some more apples down here, and the flowers are all coming through nicely. Gave this a really good wood chip mulch. It's completely, this year, for some reason, infested with bindweed. I'm going to let it grow on, and I'll get it sorted out later when it's a bit bigger. It's just like everywhere. So it was clear my polytunnel in late winter, very early spring, and replant it with all my spring crops, and so it's looking incredibly lush at the moment. And it always amazes me really that all of this is going to be harvested pretty much, and replanted with tomatoes in about a month's time. But anyway, we've got the early beetroot down here, the red stem pak choy there, tatsoi there, rosetto, Asian greens there, a few lettuces just in case I need to harvest when it's raining outside. Baby turnips, don't leave the turnips very long, sort of pick them at golf ball size, because they'll be going to seed soon otherwise. And some more lettuces down the end there, and then potatoes all down sort of middle and at the far end. Just about to put the early French beans in there, and got my early celery, some radishes, calabrese all down the middle here, and yeah, just some more of the same basically. And then I've got a few carrots in containers and some more early strawberries up here. And yeah, and I say I'm just about to harvest. I'm going to fill this trestle table with harvest produce probably this week. And with that, I am done. My name is Steve, this is the Outgrow channel, and I'll see you soon.